day was generally peaceful, I can say, although hectic, like you could be knowing what goes on with the campaigns, you know, moving from one district to the other, one village to the other. And today, the candidate was basically in two districts, that is Terego and Arua city. I can say different from the previous days that would see scenes of police lobbing tear gas at the candidate and his supporters. For the last 2 days, it has yesterday and today, it has generally been a little bit peaceful, with the candidate being allowed to access, you know, the different venues or speaking to some of the supporters at different spots. Although, like the last rally here in Arua city, it was a little bit complex as the security personnel could not allow the FDC candidate, that is Patrick Amuriat Oboi, to access the city center. And so he had to use some of the routes outside, in the outskirts of the city center, towards Arua primary school grounds, where he would hold his last rally of the day. And even at that point, of course, we know that some of the measures are said to be in a way of observing the guidelines issued by the Electoral Commission and the Ministry of Health for the prevention of the spread of COVID-19. But I will tell you that at the entrance to these grounds at Arua Primary School, there were very many people, and of course the police had to use some logic to ensure that a few people could access the ground. But it resulted into a little bit of scuffle, you know, people pushing and shoving each other to ensure that they enter. So if you are talking about spreading COVID-19, that at the entrance itself, that the COVID-19 could have been spread. But later on, the candidate, of course, managed to access the ground, and he talks to his supporters. And some of the issues that are coming out from Arua, because early in the morning, he attended a service at Mary Mother Church here in Arivu. And there he talked about working with the religious institutions, if he's elected into office, to ensure that development is taken down to the people. So he would work with the religious institution. The other thing that has been coming out is the returning of the body of the former president, Idi Amin Dada, who, of course, we know that he was laid to rest in Saudi Arabia. But also infrastructure development. Most of the roads here, other than the main road that is Arua that connects this center, the other roads, you talk of Terego, to Maracha, to Yumbe, or Bongi, Nimoyo, they are all dusty roads. And just with me here is Honorable from Obonge County, Caps Fungaro, to help me just understand what has changed since yesterday, now that we are seeing the security, you know, is handling them, I can say, a little bit fairly. Honorable, good evening.
Yeah, thank you very much.
How are the campaigns going on so far?
The campaigns are not going on well in terms of the environment in which we are operating. First of all, the road network is not okay. The floods have destroyed the road network. Some of the areas are not accessible. You can remember the Daily Monitor published today, front page, the bad situation between Obonga and Moyo, the Obongi-Moyo Road. Typically, that's what is there in the Nile Valley. Between Madiokolo and Pakwach, you cannot pass because of the bad road. Secondly, the atmosphere of the campaign is full of intimidations. This thing of fighting against COVID is a pretext. In Arua, I remained in the center of the city organizing to ensure that we have a peaceful environment, but still the police stuck to their thing of saying numbers instead of even social distance. This thing of saying 200 people does not make sense. If there are only 5 people and they are not keeping social distance, are you not spreading corona? Even if there are 2. So for me, I disagree with the point of saying reduce the numbers. We had a very big ground, football ground of Arua Primary. Secondly, even after preventing people from entering, people were around in the fence, and very many. It was bad. So all in all, I would like to thank the people of West Nile for giving a very warm welcome to our presidential candidate, His Excellency Engineer Patrick Amuriat Oboi, and we still remain firmly on the path of change. Since 1996, the first elections organized under Museveni's regime, people have shown in Arua here that they need change. They voted for Semugerere, they voted for Dr. Besigye in 2001, 2006. We are people of the opposition because we are mistreated by this government. We want change.
Honorable, thank you very much. That has been Honorable Caps Fungaro, of course, trying to throw light onto some of the issues. Now we'll hand